Bubble bubble butt, bubble 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 butt. Bubble bubble braid, bubble 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 braid. You can't be telling me that you weren't thinking of that song too. Hi guys, my name is May and sometimes I make a fool of myself on the internet. Well, no, yeah, I do. But I also create fashion and beauty content. So from what I've seen online, there are two ways to do bubble braids. There's the easy way and then there's the advanced way. I feel like once you get the hang of it, both ways will seem like a piece of cake. This tutorial is going to be a little bit different from what you have already seen, and that's because I have curtain bangs. I don't know if you guys can tell, they have overgrown quite a bit in the last couple of months, but I have curtain bangs like everyone else from last year, and we're gonna see curtain bangs throughout this year as well. So you might as well jump on board and get curtain bangs. They're so much fun. I've done a ton of videos. I'll leave the playlist right here. You can still achieve the same look with bangs. So let's get into it. I'm starting off with my hair already styled. For this look, I like my hair a bit tousled and textured, so I just have some small loose waves going on. Then you're gonna split your hair down the middle, what I did already. Had to do it off screen because if I did it here, we'd be doing this forever. I have so much trouble getting a straight part. It's because I have a widow's peak. I blame my widow's peak, or is it me? I don't know. So what you're going to need, some elastic bands. I prefer a dark color. I know a lot of people are doing clear elastic bands, but they really show up on my dark hair. So I prefer just a black or a dark brown. And then I have some clips. This is more for the advanced method. You'll see why in a little bit. And then a comb and a dry shampoo powder. This is really going to depend on your hair texture. So if you have very fine, straight hair, you may want to add this to your arsenal. This one is by Kristen S. I did review a bunch of different dry shampoo powders. If you guys are interested in that video, I'll leave it right here. And the last thing you need is patience. I am telling you, this first way is super easy, but the second way might get you a little bit annoyed, so be prepared. Patience is probably the biggest thing that you need. Anyway, now that you parted your hair, you know the products you need, you know that you need to have patience, let's get into it. First, you're going to separate your bangs from the rest of your hair, unless you don't have bangs. You're going to take a small section of hair, something like this, and then take one elastic band and anchor it. You don't want it to be too loose, but you also don't want it to be too tight. So something in the middle. And then I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit higher. And then right under that, I'm going to take a little bit of hair from one side and tie that. And I'm gonna leave about an inch between each elastic band. As you guys can see, I did leave some hair right here. And I did that on purpose because I want the look to appear more full. So I just wanted more hair to frame my face. Of course, you don't have to do it this way. And then from there, you're just gonna keep on adding more elastic bands. You don't need to add more hair. For my hair length, I need about 9 elastic bands. It really just gonna depend on your hair. So this one is my last elastic band. I like to leave about 2 inches of hair at the very end. You'll see why in a little bit. So something like this. And then this is where you would use the dry shampoo powder. Of course, this is really going to depend on your hair texture. So I'm going to put a little bit of this dry shampoo powder onto my fingers. You don't need that much. Just kind of rub it in between. And then starting with the top, I'm just going to hold my finger on the elastic band and pull ever so slightly. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you guys can see, when I'm doing that, the elastic bands underneath are coming down, which is why I made sure to have enough space at the very end. Like there was just enough hair overall. You can also add the dry shampoo ahead of time and you don't have to do it after. That may or may not be easier. It kind of depends on what you prefer. And just like that, you have one side done. It might be a little bit hard to see on my hair just because it is so dark and I don't have too many highlights in my hair. At least they've outgrown quite a bit. So if you have highlights or you have lighter hair, I think you're gonna see it a lot more, which is why I love doing a balayage or just baby lights because it just really makes your braids have more depth and they just stand out. I'm going to do the other side, but I'm going to try out that technique by using the dry shampoo powder ahead of time. Do you see this? I feel like it's a sandstorm over here. Just be careful, it can get a little messy. Make sure both sides are even. So basically where you anchor it, you want to mimic on the opposite side. I think this is. It's a little bit harder when you're looking on the monitor versus a mirror. So hopefully this matches up. And then again, I'm going to take a little bit from the right side and then tie it. Again, I'm just going very gentle, not pulling on the hair or anything. Just go nice and slowly. We're almost there, so close. You're so lucky if you have short short hair because you probably finished this in like 5 minutes. Again, we're gonna fluff up each section. Just go nice and slowly. So I like to put one hand on the elastic band and do this. And then switch. It does not have to be perfect. Each section does not have to be the same size. I actually like the look when it's imperfect. Did I end up using the same elastic bands on each side? I don't even think I counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. 8. How did that happen? Okay, well that makes a lot of sense because it's getting pretty close to the end. So I'm going to take off one elastic band. I'm just going to add a little more dry shampoo powder. I really like how my hair can grip onto something. So if you do need more powder, definitely do so. Then you just like massage it all in. I feel like this look makes me look really young. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm in, I don't know, 18, 20, something like that. It just gives me a really young look. Not too hard. This one was the easy way, so let's go to the advanced way. For the advanced way, I already did half of my head because it is kind of tricky. Like I definitely didn't nail it down. It's a bit messy, but I kind of like it messy, like this imperfect look. It's really pretty. I will say the hardest part is when you don't have to add more hair, so kind of right here, but I'll show you guys in a little bit. I decided to do 2 big bubble braids so you guys can actually see it. I know it can be a little bit hard on my dark brown hair, but hopefully this will be better. For this, I am going to be pulling my bangs back. So starting off right here at the temple. Again, I'm gonna try to keep it even as much as possible as far as like the starting point. And something that I noticed with braiding overall is that you should be putting attention to the direction that you want your hair to go to. So what I mean by that is I'm not pulling my hair this way. I'm pulling my hair this way because this is the direction my braid is going, instead of keeping it right here, which is how I did it for the first way. I find this really helpful using a clip. So you're just going to pin the hair back, so it's just out of your way. You won't accidentally grab the hair section by accident. So you're gonna go right under, just like this, tie it. Now I'm going to unclip the first section. Now this is where it starts getting a little bit different from the first method. You're going to take this, the first section, split it in half. You're gonna go under that piece that you just tied. In fact, I'm actually going to tie it back so you guys can see, and it's just much easier. Okay, so you see that this section is tied back. The first section I split, and then you're gonna grab some more hair. And again, I am pulling it back that way because that's how I want it to lay on my head. And then you're just going to tie it, and there you go. And then you pull this one down. You're going to be following these steps until you have no more hair to add. So it's probably going to be right below the ear. So again, split the hair. So what I like to do is split the hair, put it in one hand, use my other hand, take that section that we just worked on, and then pin it above. So now that you have that, you're gonna grab some more hair underneath. This time I'm just gonna take whatever's left above my ear. Make sure to take some from this side as well, and then just tie it off with an elastic. As you can see, the pony is getting thicker as you keep going because you're adding more hair. Ooh, did I just have 2 clips in my hair and I didn't realize it? This little piece, they're my bangs. I think I'm going to add one more section. That is something that I had to play around with when I did this side. I added like a couple more and then it felt a little too much. You kind of have to play with it. So again, split it, pull it out, pin it out. Grab some hair, take that section, and then tie it again. Before I move forward to the lower half, I am going to fluff these up. So again, same way, just being gentle, and I'm just pulling ever so slightly. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just focusing on these 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. I already feel like this side is better now that I've done it quite a few times compared to this side. It looks really good. So the second half I find to be a little more confusing, so hopefully you can see it through the camera. You know what? Let's go back a step. See how when I did this, I grabbed some hair, but not all of it? That's where I made the mistake, which I did end up forgetting. So we're actually gonna take this bottom part out, and instead, we're gonna take everything that's left over and then tie it. There we go. much better. For the section that's on top, you're going to add an elastic band, about an inch or so. I was like doing it the right way, but also doing it the wrong way, if that makes any sense. I kind of have to imagine how it's gonna look from the back. So how I'm pulling the hair. So what you're going to do is that piece that you just tied, you're going to make a little hole with your finger. Okay, so you see this hole, doesn't have to be too big. You're going to take that section, so this one, use those fingers that are holding the hole together, and then you're going to pull it through the hole, just like that. Let's do that one more time. I know it's a bit confusing. So you're going to add an elastic to whatever's over that section. So it's the section that you just went through that hole. So you tied an elastic, make a small hole. The hair that's underneath, you're going to pull through. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know it's a little hard. Where I was messing up is that I was doing the hole from this side, so I'd create the hole, but I was bringing the hair in the wrong direction, which is why it looked so weird when my hair was forward versus back. It just looked very strange. So keep that in mind. You kind of want to do your hair, pull your hair in the right direction when your hair is on your back. I really hope that makes sense. And if you think about it, if you're doing your hair like this, you're pulling your hair out. You're so close to the finish line. Let's go back to each section and again, just fluff them up. Don't forget, you are in no rush. As you guys can see, this method takes a lot more time and you're using more elastic bands. Let me just back up so you guys can see the ends of my hair. For this, I wanted to make it look like there was no elastic band on the end. It's just hair wrapped around. But it's not perfect or anything. It's a bit undone. I really like that. So what we're going to do is the section that has the least amount of hair, which for me is this side, I'm going to take the elastic band off and I'm going to wrap it around the other section that has the elastic band. And then with a bobby pin, you're just going to put it in at the end and you're going to go, if this makes any sense, you're going to go up like this and you're going to go through that elastic that you're hiding. Make sure you're in there. See the bobby pin? All right, there you have it. 2 big bubble braids using the advanced technique. As you guys can see, it took a little more time. It's super cute. Like, I never do my hair like this. I feel like if I were, it would be some sort of like concert or festival, and obviously that's not going to be happening anytime soon, but it is fun just to change it up from your everyday braid. Guys, it's okay if it did not come out perfect. That's kind of like the beauty with this, and to me and braids in general, I like when it's a bit rough on the edges, textured, pieces are coming out. It just looks more organic and natural. So try not to get too frustrated and allow yourself to make mistakes. I want to know, what do you prefer? The easy way or the advanced way? Can you do both? Can you do neither? Which way do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to this channel for more fashion and beauty content. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!